Welcome back to another chapter in the Beard Zero saga. Thanks so much for tuning in today. So today, I am back at the Lampasas River to investigate after all the rain we've had to see how high the water is and also to see if there's any catfish here yet. I have yet to find any catfish this far upriver yet this year. I haven't seen any. Usually you can see some. Every once in a while at least you'll catch a glimpse of one. But I haven't seen any yet. So today I'm going with the chest mount, so you guys will be able to see that view today. And this new phone that I have, it's completely waterproof now. I have it in a waterproof case, so we should be good to go. Since my last phone took a dip in Lake Whitney while I was there. But anyways, let's get to fishing. So already I can see the water level is significantly higher, which is awesome news. Awesome news. Oh yeah, it's super high. Oh, you can see where the water has been all the way up here just recently. Yep, the water was all the way up here and filled this whole basin up and was flowing. So it's already dropped some, but this is awesome. I am really excited to see this and can't wait to give it a shot. Go ahead and find a nice dry spot to set my gear down at. Oh wow, yeah. Even though it's a little muddy, that's okay. My first snag. I'm right in it too. I don't feel it pulling. Okay, gave it up. Good. Oh, it's a stick. The stick came free. Oh yeah, I was all kinds of wrapped up on this thing. But that's why you need that line that stretches a bit. So it'll stretch and not just snap whenever you get caught in something like this. Alright, let's cast it back out and give it another shot. Now I'm going to move further downstream to where it's a little narrower, because here it is pretty wide. Now out there right now, I think it's usually in the little holes here, maybe up to 5 foot deep in the little holes, but right now I think this is probably I don't know, in the shallow spots probably 5-6 foot now out there, and in the deep little holes is probably 7 foot, 8 foot. And I did bring my crappie rod with me today because I am going to cast a sniper slug on a Ned Rig head. I've never really used one, never caught a fish on a Ned Rig before, but I've heard that people have been having such good success with it that I might as well try my hand at it. Sniper slug. I'm going to pair that up with a Ned head and give that a shot. Now the darker colors, they tend to work well in stained and muddy water like this. So that's why I'm going with this dark color like this. So there we go. All rigged up, just a plain, non-colored, non-painted Ned head. Now, this might be a problem here in this river with all these snags that are going to be in here. Because there are a ton of them. Super muddy water. Before I could have walked right across this, but now the water's high enough that I can't, and I gotta walk around. Oh, my horse flies. Yuck. Now out here, if I remember correctly, there is a lot of rocks and stone out here. So this will be okay. Won't be horrible to bounce it along these rocks. Yes, the other places. Ah, I got one. He hit that while I was reeling. Little tiny guy. But he engulfed that thing. I don't know how well you can see it, but he engulfed it while I was reeling it. Yeah. And this is a little spotted bass. Oh, there he goes. Man, they're feisty little things. They are feisty little guys. Them little spotted bass. Them small ones, they put up a good fight. So I was bouncing it along those rocks, and there's rocks all out here that I'm just bouncing along. And then when I was reeling it up, he must have seen it and followed it up and grabbed it. That was cool. Well, skunk off the bank now. I could feel it. I don't know how well you could see the rod, but every time it bounces off a stone, tick, 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 every time. I love these rods. These rods are super sensitive, but still have a lot of power in them. These are, you know, for how much you spend for them, you'd be surprised. They're not very expensive. They're available at Walmart. They're like $30. But they're one of the best rods I've actually picked up and used. Yeah, I can feel all them rocks. You know, I can feel everything through the rod. And that bass was obviously hanging out along the shoreline over here. He wasn't out in that deeper water in the faster current. He's over here in the slower speed water because he, kind of like us, doesn't want to have to put in a whole bunch of work and would rather sit in the nice easy current than sit out there and battle that super hard one. So because of that, even though this area in here is super shallow, I'm still going to fish it because there might very well be bass hanging out in this, or other fish for that matter. Oh, there went a fish. There goes one. He's running right at me. He hit it almost as soon as it hit the water. And another spotted bass. And he gobbled this thing too. He gobbled that thing up pretty good. But yeah, these little sniper slugs work pretty good. Oh, there he goes too. Spunky little things. Spunky little things. But yeah, they're hanging out up shallow. He hit it almost as soon as it hit the water, if you saw. My line just went tight and he had it. He was slightly heavier, about the same length, but he was slightly chunkier than the other one. But the current is a bit stronger in here, so they might not be hanging out here, so I won't spend a bunch of time right here. Like I said, today is not a super long mission. Do have a few other things to do today. Got to get ready for another bait making video that's coming up soon, where I will be making Ursula the Sea Witch. Now that was a request that was made in the comments based off my video, I Dream of Crappies. I asked what you guys wanted to see me make next in the Deadfall Shad, and it was requested that I make Ursula the Sea Witch. So that will be on an upcoming bait making video where I attempt to make Ursula the Sea Witch, and then I will attempt to catch a fish on it as well. No guarantees though. This one will be complicated. This one's all chewed up already. They ate this thing up. But to his defense, I did use the finesse blend on this, and the finesse blend is very soft. Some ate the tail off already. little piranhas. As soon as I stuck this thing in the water, something. Oh man, that's great. That's actually really great. Let me see if I can still catch something on it. Yeah, so it tells me, and why I do this testing, tells me I can't get away with using the finesse blend with this one. I need a firmer blend, that this just won't work. It's too soft of a plastic to work. Let me try something else out. Since I'm here, since I have some, let me try out a pike piper on the Ned head. Just to see what'll happen. I'm curious. So, you can see the way that it curls. So I'm gonna rig it opposite of the curl because I don't want the curl to go back onto the hook and start getting it caught up. Hopefully it takes it good. But this thing should shrink down enough that they should take it good. Right now, I'm going to cast back up this way. Fish through here. There shouldn't be too many snags in this section in here. But, and again, you never know. There goes the fish with now I don't know how I managed to do this. He's hooked in the mouth. This little tiny thing hooked in the mouth on the pike piper is bigger than he is. Oh man, this little guy. I have no idea how that happened. I'll take it, but I don't know what happened. There's no explanation for me for that. Must have got lucky. There's no way he should have got hooked by that. Man, that is too funny. But this slack water, that's exactly where they're at, in the slack water. So if your river's high, always look for those slack areas. That's where those fish are going to be hanging out. Most of them won't hang out in that super heavy current. It stinks something fierce. Well, now I did put the kayak in here one time and went upstream to that next bridge and fished up there for a bit. I didn't make that into an episode. Wasn't really good enough to be an episode. It was a day out. Although I did catch fish, and quite a few fish. It just wasn't anything super special. Man, there's that smell again. That stinks. Ugh. That just stinks. It almost smells like there's a dead fish nearby somewhere. And he's just stinking up the place. Snagged up, but got it out. In here, it's mostly just stone. Shallow, but stone. Oh man, I missed it. Whatever it was. Oh, I think you could see him run to the side with it. I think he grabbed it by the tail. Wasn't expecting it, but probably something small either way. He picked it up and ran. Bluegills are definitely notorious for that. Picking something up by the tail and taking off with it. Oh, it's a drone. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's a drone that just went over. I just heard something buzzing. I didn't know what it was, but I was like, I can hear it. It's a drone. It's flying right up the river. That's cool. I don't know if you saw that real well or not, but it's definitely coming back now too. Don't know if you can hear it. Sounds like a bunch of bees. Sounds like a bunch of bees going over. That's cool though. That must be those people that's walking up on top of the bridge. There we go. Don't know how I did it again, but another bluegill on the pike piper, or sunfish. Yeah. Don't know how I did it, but look how tiny his mouth is. But they got little tiny teeth in there. But yeah, either way, he's going back. There he goes. Yeah, that drone again. Man, it sounds like a swarm of bees. Yeah, these steps are nice that somebody carved in here. And I was thinking they'd be a little washed out because of all the rain, but they're still in very decent shape. Oh, I know what that is. That's a snake shed. You can't tell how long he was, but yeah, that's a snake shed. Doesn't surprise me that there's snakes out here. This is definitely where they live. So you always got to be mindful when you're in their territory. Okay, so today on the Lampasas River, mission accomplished. I definitely think that there's fish in here. I definitely think there's catfish in here. So coming up soon, I'll be coming out here with the family to do some catfishing. During the school year, don't have a whole bunch of time to fish with them and film with them. So this time of year is a great time for me to go ahead and bring them out to do some fishing with me. It's an incredible thing when you can get your family out. But I always like to go scout first. It's always difficult and you have a rough day with kids out on the water if there's no fish to be caught. It gets very discouraging for them, and they will actually lose faith in fishing. They'll lose interest in it, and they won't want to do it anymore. So always remember to keep it fun for kids. Anyways, saying goodbye to you from the beautiful Lampasas River. Go ahead and spin around here so you can see behind me too. But anyways, I'm out of here for the day. Catch you next time.